Hello, Zipstrike Army. My name is JaCubAsAlways, your coach of the Green Bay Pikachus, and this is week number 8 of the APA, the American Pokemon Association. We're facing Arkiknight, aka the head coach of the San Antonio Victreebels. His link to his YouTube and Twitter, as well as the APA YouTube and Twitter, will be in the description down below, so make sure you check him out. He's a pretty good friend of mine. He's very unorthodox when it comes to team building. For Draft League, at least. I don't know how he is standard playing, because I've never played him in like an OU or UU battle or anything like that. But for Draft League, he is a madman, an absolute madman. I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to predict him. So we're just not even going to predict him. We're just going to bring the most optimal sets versus his team. And not really try to predict sets he's going to bring. We might have a good idea of things he might bring and sets he might bring. But when battling him, you essentially just can't predict anything. You just gotta take everything with a grain of salt and just put anything that you know about standard Draft League or like Draft League in general and just throw it out the window. See this window right here? Just toss it out the damn window and forget about it. That's how crazy Arky is. Like, his stats are effective, I'm not even gonna lie. Bit unorthodox, bit strange, but they're effective somewhat. Sometimes, I guess it's hit or miss with him. It's kind of like Dallas Staryu in a way, but Dallas Staryu heavily relies on baton pass, whereas this guy just is unorthodox and crazy. You never know what he's going to bring any given week. But anyway, without further ado, let's go over our team, his team, and the Pokemon we're bringing. So let's do it. Our team is as followed: Mega Charizard X, Gothitelle, Scolipede, Mantine, Dugtrio, Alolan Ninetales, Hitmonlee, Bisharp, Porygon Z, Trevenant, and Alola Golem. Our Z Pokemon are Scolipede and Hitmonlee. Unfortunately, Hitmonlee is one. I wanted Porygon Z to be a Z-Mon after the transactions, but I made the wrong transactions. I did Hitmonlee for Blaziken for Hitmonlee and Claydol for Porygon Z. I should have done it the other way because I would have gotten the Pokemon I wanted, but that's besides the point. Anyway, we're kind of stuck with what we got. But anyway, his team is as followed: Mamoswine, Serena, Mesprit, Salamence, Clefable, Rotom Heat, Empoleon, Mega Beedrill, Porygon 2, Spiritomb, and Primeape. I'd pick out a fire switch in, but there's nothing besides Salamence. Nothing on his team resists fire. And even Salamence, because it's not going to be intimidated because we have a Bisharp more than likely, isn't going to appreciate fire from Charizard. If we get set up, if it's Moxie, if it's not Scarf, if we're +2 and rocks are up, that thing's not living at +2 Flare Blitz. I'm sorry. Nothing. Really a whole lot. A lot of things on his team don't want to appreciate Charizard X. A lot of things on his team can be set up fodder for Charizard X if they don't bring certain coverage moves. Earthquake. Like on Empoleon. Like Empoleon will be set up fodder for Charizard X if it doesn't bring Earthquake. I'm telling you that right now. If that thing doesn't have Earthquake, it's set up fodder for Zardex. Or, it could have Roar too, but I don't know if he's necessarily going to want to just stay in. But he's got a Clefable, which has Unaware. His Pokemon that can set up rocks are Empoleon, Mamoswine, and Mesprit. I believe those are the only things. And Mega Beedrill gets T-Spikes. But then his way to remove hazards are Serena, which Serena just sucks against us. I would be utterly amazed if he brings Serena. I would be utterly amazed if he brings Serena, because Scolipede walls it. Ninetales can take a hit and threaten it out. Charizard X, it's just setup fodder for Zardex, unless it's Banded High Jump Kick, which would be really a bit weird, but I wouldn't put it past Arky to bring that. Trevenant walls it. It prevents it from spinning. If we're Rest, it's just going to be walled out, and nothing's going to be able to be effective. It's not going to be effective. So I can't see Serena coming at all. Rotom Heat, Rotom Heat's just a bad Pokemon versus our team because of Zardex. And Zardex will set up all over it. Even more so than it could on Rotom last week. Zardex is a dominating Pokemon versus him. And if we can get to +1 or +2, it pretty much is over. If Salamence is weakened, it is essentially over. Yeah, he could be a Bond, but as you're going to see, you'll see it. You'll see. But anyway, first up, we're bringing Hitmonlee, tie the Hitmonlee with Lumberry on Burden. Lumberry is just there because I feel he could easily go for a Toxic on this or a Will-O-Wisp with Spiritomb. And we could go for Foresight on his Willow. And we can then hit Ghost types. And since he's a Dark type too, where we hit him super effectively, and it's not going to be appreciating close combat. So, essentially, this is kind of our designated lead if he brings Mamoswine, which I fully anticipate because Mamoswine's a big threat to our team. A lot of things on our team don't really appreciate Mamoswine, so we have to prep around it and play around it as well as we possibly can. And the reason this is because if it's a focus dash lead endeavor of Mamoswine, this will break it, click fake out, and then we can proceed to Oko with close combat. Or I guess it wouldn't be Oko, but it would be fake out does like 12 to 15, I think, and then close combat does the rest. Unless he's Chopple, which then that would make me look silly, but then that would still prevent rocks. Not necessarily prevent rocks, but it's going to do a lot of damage. So we're in pretty good shape. We can fake out, and then the only way out speeds is if he is Scarfed, which I don't know if he would just come on and stay in right away. Because if, say he's Scarfed, if we're a Scarfed Dougie, which we are, he would immediately get trapped by that. So anyway, this is our kind of lead. I didn't want to bring Normal Gem because then it wastes some burden. Yeah, but then he's got a Clefable anyway. Like, why would he not switch in Clefable on this? That'd be kind of silly. We have some switch-ins to Clefable, though. We have Rapid Spin and Foresight. Foresight, obviously, hit Spiritomb, but not really to hit it super effectively, but mostly to remove hazards. If he doesn't bring Spiritomb, which I could see him not bringing because it is kind of passive versus our team, it would allow Zardex to set up immensely. Like, that'd be kind of crazy. So I don't necessarily see Spiritomb coming. I guess maybe just a spin block, but he only has T-Spikes, which we have an immunity when we can easily get rid of T-Spikes despite bringing in Scolipede. So I don't think he's going to do that. And plus, we need Rapid Spin this game, or Defog, but we're actually, with our Scolipede, bringing Toxic Spikes. And the reason for that is pretty simple, actually. The reason we're bringing Toxic Spikes is because I'm fully anticipate Unaware Clef, otherwise he's just going to get swept by Charizard, straight up, pretty much. He will pretty much get straight up swept by Charizard if he doesn't bring Unaware Clefable. Clefable cannot do enough damage to Charizard, especially since we're Rest. It's not going to be able to do enough damage, and it's going to be bad news bears for him, for sure. So we're actually Toxic Spikes, Protect, Infestation, Toxic. Yeah, it's kind of a dick set, and we brought Infestation a lot this season, but it's a set that I feel is needed this time. We can't bring Offensive Scolipede because of Salamence. He could literally just switch it in, get an Intimidate. If he is Intimidate, I doubt it. Like I said, I don't think he's going to bring it. Plus, we're bringing... okay, yeah, Toxic Spikes with Toxic. That makes a lot of sense, Jacob, right? Well, it actually kind of does. And the reason being that it makes a whole lot of sense is because, in case, for one, he's got Beedrill. I don't want to set up Toxic Spike until Beedrill's gone. We can easily trap with Scarf Dugtrio, which we are bringing. And two, Toxic will hit Salamence, which we'll never miss because we're a Poison type. And getting Salamence poisoned, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be a Z-move or Scarfed, is actually really crucial. Having Protect is not only good for getting more poison damage and more residual with Infestation, but it's also good for scouting certain sets. Like if it's Scarf Mence, if I anticipate Scarf Mence or Scarf Mamoswine, we can go... well, he's not going to necessarily stay in. Scarf Mamoswine doesn't effectively take on Scolipede, so he's not going to bring Scarf Mamoswine. Scarf Salamence does make a whole lot more sense because that can take our stabs, okay? Depending if he's Moxie or Intimidate. I guess, well, let's scout that out and see what he does. But yeah, this set makes a whole lot of sense in my humble opinion. He could easily be Fire Blast on Salamence. If he's firing MZ, I guess that's just a waste of slot. I can't see that. He won't be Devastating Drake because we have Ninetales. I think more than likely he would be Flying, if again. I find it funny how both... no, never mind. ICBA, we had to face Dragonite. Dragonite and Salamence are the same type, so that's why I got confused. I'm like, did we have to face Salamence back-to-back weeks in both the ICBA and APA? No. Dragonite is in the ICBA this week versus the Alabama Crimson Surf, and then we face Salamence in this, so... but yeah, this is just the effective set. If Clefable doesn't have Psychic or Fire coverage, it's going to wall it. Because this is such a bulky Scolipede. It's insanely bulky, and it's not going to really want to... like, look at it. Like, I made a mistake a couple weeks ago when you faced Porygon 2 in the ICBA. I'm not making that mistake. We're bringing Toxic, and we're bringing this thing effectively to knock it out. Because we absolutely need to. And I don't want to mess around with Porygon 2. Porygon 2 actually can't hurt this thing very, very bad. I honestly think because we have so many trapping abilities, I want to kind of keep trapping at a minimal. Because otherwise, we'll get trapped with our trappers. Like, Porygon 2... could literally trap Dugtrio. So I'm pretty sure he could do that because Porygon 2, see, is bulky enough easily to live any hit from Dougie, even if we were banded, which we're not. Like, hey, Dugtrio's one job here is to literally trap. What is here? Literally trap. It is here to trap Mega Beedrill to soften things up for the rest of our team. If he brings it, I can't envision it completely. But yeah, if he brings it, we need Scarf Dougie to do its job. But anyway, next up we got Bree and the Alolan Ninetales with Substitute Encore Disable Moonblast. So it's a very weird set, I know, but it's a very bulky set too. Basically, our HP number is just there because we're divisible by subs by 4. I know we have leftovers, so whatever, but speed is kind of cool there. We have enough speed for Salamence, obviously. Moonblast, yes, Ice hits it harder, but Moonblast hits his team more. Moonblast will do more damage to Empoleon. Maybe not like than Freeze Dry would, but it'll still do a decent chunk. Has a chance to lower special attack. Sub Encore, disabled. Sub is great to scout, see what the Empoleon wants to do. We can Encore him into things. Then we click Moonblast and just be an annoying menace. Also, if Toxic Spikes are up, oh my lord. T-Spikes are going to be such a pain for him. Alolan, this thing is going to be, in combination with T-Spikes, it's going to be such a nuisance for him and for his team to deal with, I feel. So that's why I bring this set. If he is Scarfed Primeape, we'll be behind a sub, hopefully. And then we can click Disable, and then he does nothing to us, and then we can just Moonblasting knock him out. Struggle won't do that much because we're very, very bulky with leftovers, so I'm not really too worried about that. Moonblast, it just seems like the only thing that resists Moonblast on his team is Mega Beedrill, which isn't bulky. Empoleon and Rotom Heat. Those are the only things that resist on his team. Everything else takes neutral. And this will effectively beat a Calm Mind Clefable in its tracks. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with Cosmic. I don't want to deal with any of that crap. Cosmic Power, Calm Mind. I'm not putting it past Arky to bring any of that stuff because it's Arky. Arky's unpredictable. But so I kind of want to be prepared for a good majority of things that he could bring. So this is the best Alolan Ninetales. So I was gonna bring Scarf to check Salamence, but I'm just like, no. We can check Salamence with other things. Yeah, it could be kind of problematic, but Hail will eventually weaken that thing too in combination with Fake Out. And we always have a Scarfed Dugtrio in the back. We have enough speed for, I believe, just Scarf, or a +1 Salamence. Everything else I don't care about. Mega Beedrill, we already outspeed. Primeape, we outspeed everything else because speed tiers drop. 145 to 100, then 100 to 95, and just keeps getting slower and slower. So his speed tiers aren't the best. And yes, Rocks on Scarf Pokemon is a bit weird, but it could be effective. I didn't want to bring Scarf on our other possible Stealth Rocker this game, and I'll talk about that when we get there. Final Gambit is actually nice. 133 HP on that Salamence is nice, because that is a 2/3 about if it's max HP. Yeah, roughly 2/3, give or take. Actually, it's like exactly 2/3. But if he's not max HP, if he's standard without that, he's like 171, I think, 170 health or so. And that'll be like 3/4 more so than anything. So that's really cool. So we can do a lot of damage, then fake it out. Then if the Hail's up, it's going to really whittle it down. And if we try to set up, we can just Memento it down and bring it back down to Earth. I'm pretty sure he's got to bring either Fire or Ground coverage on Salamence, or Bishop will just wall it pretty well. So I can't see that happening at all. So that's it. Memento just to try to set up with the other things. Earthquake to trap things like Alolan Dugtrio, or not Alolan Dugtrio. We have Dugtrio to trap Mega Beedrill and Empoleon even, because our next Pokemon hopefully will knock off the Shed Shell or Shuckleberry. I anticipate on Empoleon, because if those are knocked off, it's going to probably go down to an Earthquake from a Dugtrio. So that's cool. If we can eliminate that, get rid of his hazards, and then set up Toxic Spikes, I will count that as a win-win situation for sure. But yeah, we got Knockoff, Iron Head, Swords Dance, and Magnetize with the Air Balloon and Magnetize, because this is our best way to check Mamoswine 2-degree, besides Hitmonlee knocking it out first turn. Like, we don't have the best ways to deal with it. Like, Ice Shard is gonna, if he's Life Orb, is gonna be doing a lot of damage. The thing is though, with this Pokemon, I don't think he's gonna bring Superpower. He very well could, but like, well, his Earthquake hits it. Like, why would he bring Superpower? I guess that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But basically, I gotta get a safe switch in this, and then we click Magnetize, and then if he doesn't have Superpower, we kind of take that thing on pretty well. Like, there's like a bug in here. It's annoying me. But yeah, Swords Dance is kind of just a setup on the Clefable. I'm pretty sure he's got to bring fire coverage. But even then, it's not going to be doing that much damage to this. I doubt he's going to want to stay in unless he's Babiri Berry Clefable. And if he's Babiri Clefable, he's not going to be having leftovers. Adamant, Flame, or Fire... Wait, are we Adamant? No, we are Bulky. Never mind, I lied. I was going to bring, like, a very offensive Charizard X, but I want to bring Bulky setup instead of pure on offense. Maybe that'll bite me in the butt, but regardless, that's okay. Anyway, we got this Bisharp here, and it should put in a lot of work, I hope. I wanted to bring Sucker Punch, but I couldn't find the room on it on the set. Unfortunately, it just sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll find a way on it, but an underrated threat he's got to our team is Primeape. We don't have the best ways to deal with it. But then again, versus the Pokemon we're bringing, he's going to lock himself into a Rock or Ground move. Or not Rock or Ground. It would be... yeah, Rock or Fighting move, I meant to say. Close Combat doesn't beat Scolipede. I don't know if he necessarily bring Primeape. But if he does, it'd be kind of a little bit unfortunate. But we have Ninetales and Dugtrio outspeed. Ninetales outspeed if it's not Scarf. Dugtrio will always outspeed unless it's like Agility, which I think my Primeape does, but I doubt that would happen. But anyway, that's our Bisharp. It's kind of unfortunate that always will allow Primeape to get a kill. But I really couldn't fit Sucker Punch on this set, unfortunately. Maybe I'll change it out for Iron Head really quick, but I needed the moves I needed, I believe. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and that's okay. This is kind of our best way. He's not bringing Superpower. I might scout for that, honestly. But if our Breloom's broken, well, no, our Breloom would never be broken. I could literally just switch directly into Scolipede scouting for the Mamoswine set. And then if it's up -1 attack and defense, like, Scolipede can take it on pretty well. Because it won't be doing as much damage. Because we have Protect and Black Sludge. It'll be really nice as a good check to that, and we'll be able to wear it down in Infestation and Toxic and do it, all those annoying things that we want to do. But anyway, knock off Swords Dance, Iron Head, Magnerize, like I said. And then last but not least, our win con of the entire game, we have Divad, the Charizard X, running Flare Blitz, Dragon Dance, Rest, and Sleep Talk. We're running Mono Fire because, like I was stating in the beginning of the video, his team just dies to fire. Like, just like last week, our opponent kind of died to Dragon once certain things were gone, but we don't even have to worry about it. He got nothing for fire except for Salamence. Salamence is the only thing on his entire team that resists fire. Everything else is either neutral or just dies. So that's cool. So we're running Dragon Dance, Rest, Sleep Talk. I have Rest and Sleep Talk. I was going to bring Roost, but I'm just like, I don't have a good Heal Beller. My only Heal Bell user is Gothitelle, which is not a really Heal Bell user. It's not a Cleric. I'd rather not waste Gothitelle's set like that, so Rest, Sleep Talk is the best thing we could bring to not get worn down by status. Like T-Wave could be annoying. It would be workable, but I don't want to deal with that. Poison especially. So if he's got like Toxic on Rotom Heat to not get set up on, that'd be ideal. Very, very ideal. So yeah, Rest Sleep Talk is nice because if he's Toxic, I'm going to be so happy because we'll just click Rest and just keep clicking Sleep Talk. And then he's got nothing. If we're at +1, he's got nothing. Like, he might have to bring Intimidate Mence and risk Bisharp just because of this. Like, legitimately, he might have to. And the thing is, I don't know if he's going to want to bring Defog and Polion because of Bisharp. He's kind of in a pickle here because of we have a Bisharp. And I might just run Sucker Punch on this instead of Iron Head, but then the Clefable would be kind of more annoying to the team. Well, actually, I don't know. Can't decide. I don't even think we need Iron Head, but I guess it would be nice for the Mamoswine, so we might keep Iron Head on there and get rid of Swords Dance for Sucker Punch. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that is the team. Don't be surprised if we have Sucker Punch on this thing instead of Swords Dance or Iron Head. But yeah, the other moves we definitely need. But anyway, to recap, we got Ty, the Hitmonlee, Brad, the Scolipede, Brienne, the Alolan Ninetales, Seabass, the Dugtrio, A-Rod, the Bisharp, and then Divad, the Mega Charizard X. So let me know in the comments down below who you think the hashtag most valuable Pokemon of this game will be. Zebstrika Army. Have a great day. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, comment, do your thing. Have a great day, and I love you all so very much. Adios, Zebstrika Army. Bye.